You guys remember that earthquake? Damn, that was already a while ago. Like only a couple days ago. Felt like a really long time ago. But yeah, I was actually like making a video, and this is not an excuse, but I was on spring break, so I was up at the time at home. Shit started shaking and going crazy, and then yeah, I kind of lost track of things. That's my excuse for missing it. But yeah, it's been since Thursday since I made a video, so I just wanted to check in and probably expect a more consistent upload.
Back at the wall. Target. Watch the play by this man, Tatum puts up a three. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl.
The Boston Red Sox have just closed out the series against the Angels and are 7-3, finishing that West Coast road trip and are looking towards 10 straight games at home. However, this all sounds great, right? Defense looks great. Offense is getting it done. Our young guys are looking good, but the elephant in the room, Trevor Story. Oh, dude, it was perfect. Everything was perfect. From the bottom to the top of this West Coast trip. And this guy gets injured, and we still won 12-2 to close out that series. But man, that is a nail in the back. However, I do think we will recover from this. I don't think that is going to affect us. It's going to affect us greatly on the defensive side. And you're going to see more what you saw in Game 2 against the Angels, probably, where that literally 0 earned runs and you lose the game 2-1. Some things we got to work on there. But David Hamilton looked good. We just called him up. Rafaela looked good. I do think Rafaela or Hamilton are going to fight for that shortstop spot. Reyes looked pretty good as well. Really no complaints from that last game, the first game without Story, but I mean, yeah, that was just a killer to see him go. However, we cannot just dwell on that fact. This is an 162 game season, and there's other things to look forward to. Starting with one man being the name Jarren Duran. Duran right now is batting .349 with an on-base percentage of .404. This guy has started off really hot, and I want to specifically talk about that Athletics series where he went 9 for 12, and it just seemed like everything he wanted was happening. He had the pitcher's way in almost every single series, and honestly, we might have not got that sweep if it wasn't for him. Now, another guy I want to talk about is Tanner Houck. This guy has 17 strikeouts and has not let up a single run in every single start. He has looked so dominant. He has a 10 strikeout game already. The 3 games he's played in, 3 or 4, they've just looked completely dominant and nothing is going past this guy. Okay, now I want to talk about Tyler O'Neill. O'Neill has already hit 5 home runs on the early season. This guy literally, if you're like, we haven't had a home run in a while, I wonder what's going to happen. Tyler O'Neill steps up, you're going to say, yeah, this guy's hitting it fucking 400 feet. And it happens every time. He's been a big issue for pitchers in the early season. If he can continue, like I said this in my playoff video, he's kind of going to be like an Adam Duvall. But from what I've seen, he's just honestly a more consistent, better Adam Duvall at this point. I mean, this guy has really given us a big change and charge for the team that was much needed in some of those games. Everyone on the team, honestly, you could make a case has been playing really well. However, Jarren Duran, Houck, and O'Neill I wanted to bring up because those guys had some pretty standout performances through the early season. And now with this home stretch coming up, the home opener, keep an eye out for them because everybody's always looking at Devers and Yoshida and Cassis and Pivetta, but these guys are going to be the quieter guys and what eventually will help us, especially without Story, some more depth in that lineup that can help us eventually push to the postseason. Another thing that I'm so blessed to be talking about with this team because of their recent history is their defense. Guys, I'm looking at some of it here. 0 runs. 0 runs, 2 runs, 1 run. I mean, this has been really good, and it's not just the fielding because we did see that error. Although, if it wasn't for that error, this Angels would have been another sweep. This team would have been taking off. So it is funny that I'm talking about the defense and that happened, but I'm talking about the runs allowed. Sometimes it seemed with this team last year that things would get carried away, especially in the September month. 4-run innings, 5-run innings. You just don't want to have that, especially when you're trying to contend for a playoff spot. And right now, they're in perfect position to do so. And it seems like when their defense is letting up runs, their offense prevails. We saw it in Game 2 against Oakland. We saw it in Game 1 against the Angels. In Game 1 against the Mariners, the first game of the season. It seems like the teams are getting what they want. The Angels got that grand slam in Game 1, but our offense is kind of like, all right, we need to lock in now. And I'm really happy to see that because it seemed like, for lack of a better term, the offense just did not lock in when they needed to last year, even when the defense did play okay. So that's another little side thing that I really am happy to see with this team this year, and why I do. It is convincing that they actually could go far, even with glimpses that they do still have problems and they're not perfect as with every team, but they really that is a little component that me and other good Red Sox fans are really seeing and are really happy about. So I talked about the defense. I talked about our key guys. Cassis destroyed a home run the other day. He's looking good. Yoshida is literally looking. I said in the playoff prediction video, he's our most consistent player. All we need him to do is get those one-run singles up the middle, and we need to get on first base, basically. I mean, if there was a guy with the bases loaded, said, who do you want up? You want Raffy? No, I want Yoshida up. Because he's going to give us those liners down center field. That's all we need from him. So Yoshida looks great. Houck looks great. Duran looked amazing. I mean, he's looking like how he did before the injury. I mean, he really looks like a guy on a mission. Tyler O'Neill really surprised me. 5 home runs. I don't know if anyone expected that. At this point. Raffy started off a little slow, but he's going to get back on track. He got that second homer the other day, so that was great to see. I always love when he gets homers because he's just so powerful, man. There's no telling how far it's going to go. And yeah, pitching looks great. Hitting looks all right. Not too much offensive inconsistencies and not a lot of defensive inconsistencies at all. This team does look like a playoff team. And now I want to go ahead and preview home opener / in the future, because we do have 10 straight home games, and I'm going to give you a raw record prediction. I think we will go 6-4 in those games. Look, we're playing the Orioles. All right, that's a tough series. I think we're playing the Texas, so that's going to be a tough series, but we're at home. I really hope we can pick up that home opener. We didn't get to do it last year or the year before that. It's been a while since we got a home opener, so I really want to pick one up there. I do think we're going to split this Orioles series, and I think we're going to win the next series after that. I have it right in my notes, so at this time I knew what it was, but I think it's the Rangers, but it's someone of that caliber. So yeah, it's the Angels and the Guardians, not the Rangers. I must have just saw that. But I still think they'll go 6-4. I think the Oilers might give us some trouble, but Angels and Guardians we should have. You could even say back-to-back sweeps on those. Hey, I'm not going to go that far, but I think 6-4. That's gonna give us it. And so yeah, Red Sox are rolling right now. Started off 7-3 on the year. Great West Coast road trip to start it off. Now we can go back home and see where things, where the momentum goes into. Obviously, Story was soul crushing to see, and I'm still a little pissed about that. But hopefully he can get back, and we'll just look on to the future from now. And this team really does look like a promising team with maybe some playoff hopes in there. All right.